13th, 2025. Please rise for the pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And when you got nothing in the house, it's sweet. That's what I do.
I think we're going to suspend with the rules of everyone in the audience speaking. Madam Clerk, please read the roll.
Yes, sir, there is.
Supervisor Evans,
Here.
Councilwoman Cunningham. Here. Councilman Malone.
Present.
Councilman Perticone.
Here.
Deputy Supervisor Weiner. Attorney for the town.
Here.
Mr. Weiner is not here. He is attending to a happy family event today. So, and I'm sure that he will want to be the one to announce it. But it's a good day for his family.
Okay, this month we celebrate the convergence of three cultures. All three have contributed tremendously to the culture of Irondequoit: the Italian American, Hispanic culture, and the Native American culture. This is their month for celebration. What I'd like to do is present special honors to the Native American ancestry. The town of Irondequoit acknowledges that we reside on the ancestral and unceded lands of the Onondaga Seneca Nation, known as the Keepers of the Western Door, and one of the 6 nations of the Haudenosaunee Confederacy. We honor their enduring connection to this land, water, and community, and we recognize the generations of indigenous people who have stewarded and protected these lands long before Irondequoit was established. We commit to fostering respect, understanding, and partnership with indigenous communities, and in so ensuring that their history and contributions remain a living part of Irondequoit's story. The Italian American culture has given us so much: businesses, restaurants, culture. As a Creole moving here, without my Italian friends, I would not have survived eating the food from the north, coming from the south. Hispanics, same as well: culture, business, vibrant community that stretches from South America, Central America, Mexico, and Europe. Without either of these cultures, our American fabric is weakened. We celebrate them all. Now we'll start with the department head updates. We'll start at the left and go right. Dan? I'm sorry, Mr. Assessor?
We've mailed out low-income exemptions and disability exemptions, so things are starting to pick up there on the return. And then we have a staff member, Joan. I want to wish her, she's a little under the weather. Hope she gets back as soon as possible. And that's about it.
Thanks very much, Madam Commissioner.
Yes, this past weekend we hosted the last paper shredding event of the year, very successful, and we do host one more electronics recycling event, and that is November 8th. That'll also be our last one for this year. Here at the town hall, you'll notice that the EV chargers over on the side have been replaced. We are working through the commissioning of them and hope to have them operational where people can plug in within the next few days. Oh, you can't hear me? Is that better? Green Spark is also on site at the farmer's market shed working on the solar array. They have the internal electric components run, and they are working on the racking now. We are also working towards a new Little League fence over on behind the 25 Kings. Our athletic fields in general are getting their fall overhaul with overseeding and maintenance. This is also the last month of brush pickup, so check your schedule. And October, at the end of October, we are done with brush pickup for the year, and that gets us ready for our winter operations. We are also assisting the library with their children's stage. We're going to in-house build their stage, and we're helping get the lights for them as well. Also in queue is we are working through the forms with DASNY for the 2 separate grants funding the backyard playground. So we're just finishing up the approvals on one more, which should be in the next day or two, and then we'll wait and see when the next step happens.
Give this microphone a shot here. From the Community Development Department, our Assistant Building Inspector has completed his state training requirement. He'll be taking his exam this week to be a certified code enforcement officer, so pending a passing score, which I feel pretty confident of, he will be another state certified code enforcement officer in our office. You've probably noticed on the website, the committee putting together the Hudson Cooper Titus Downtown Redevelopment Initiative grant put out a survey as part of the requirement of that grant application process. Happy to see we've got more than 300 responses to that. So, you know, our media outreach is pretty good. We've definitely heard it's kind of the talk of the town for the last week. So I'm encouraged by that. We also set up at a few different public events recently. So thanks to the rec department for letting us and assisting us with setting up a table at each of those events. I know that our engagement folks with that committee were happy with the conversations that they had out at those events. In the short-term rental department, pending a confirmation from the clerk's office, that goes live tomorrow because it will have been the 30-day review since the resolution was passed by the town board. That means that the 60-day grace period for applications starts tomorrow. So there will be 60 days to get applications in until we stop receiving applications and then start the normal day-to-day process. Correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. Attorney. Okay. We have gotten several applications ahead of the start of it. We were willing to take those in. We'll start the review process with those tomorrow. Had some great questions from some of the folks. I think that overall, because the way we've put that application together, it helps to compile all the necessary data. So I'm encouraged with that. Our live date for the software to review everything is later this week as well, pending the IT department finalizing the onboarding with our vendor. Once we're live on that system, we'll send proactive registration notifications to the different hosts and operators who are not already registered or have not applied with the town. So I'm hopeful that that will all go as smoothly as it's gone to date.
I think your mic just went off.
Batteries, I think, are dying on this one
Okay.
here.
Mr. Director?
Okay. So the town's wellness committee has been working hard. They scheduled an employee health and wellness fair and an appreciation brunch on November 7th. All employees are welcome to attend that, and that coincides with our open enrollment. So the HR department is prepping right now for all of our 2026 benefits options. We'll be there at the health fair to answer any questions the employees have, along with our partners in the benefits arena and some other community agencies as well. We're also recruiting for a rec supervisor and a victim witness advocate. My colleagues here might have planned to speak on that. The first round of the victim witness advocate, those applications have been sent to the department just earlier this week, maybe Monday or Friday. So Chief's going to review those. We'll get that moving along. And the rec supervisor just got posted, so anybody out there in the recreation field is welcome to apply.
Sorry. Throughout the year, we get the requests for vendors for 429. Is this the time that we want to invite them in at one time, not to have any biases, or is that a separate thing?
Well, we don't necessarily just welcome new vendors. We usually invite to our health and wellness fair established partners where employees already have payroll deductions. And then our 457 plan, that would be through the RFP process.
Okay, thanks very much.
Thank you.
For recreation, just wanted to thank everybody who came out last week. We had a couple of events. Thursday was our annual Fall Fest, which is our final summer farmers market. We had a great turnout for that event, and then we'll be taking a short break during the holidays, and then we will be reconvening in January with 2 markets per month. One which will be a typical farmers and flea market type of event, and then the other will be a specialty market. So we'll be having the marketing and information coming out about that in the next week or so for everybody to mark your calendars. And then Friday was our Movie Under the Stars event. We showed Goonies out here at Town Hall. We had a great turnout for that event as well. Both nights we hosted our haunted house over in the market building, which is growing bigger and better each year. We've got a lot of great feedback on that, and we have a lot of fun doing those events. So thank you to everybody that participated. Upcoming next Friday is our annual Trunk or Treat event at the Community Center. That's Friday the 24th from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. Free and open to the public, and we're looking forward to that as well. And then Veterans Day celebration is just around the corner, November 11th, in conjunction with our partners at Post 134, the Legion, and that will be on November 11th at 11 a.m. here at Town Hall campus. And go Bills.
Thank you. Chief?
Yes, sir. Captain Franco has completed her first 2 weeks over at the FBI National Academy, so congrats to her for getting down there. She will be done on December 11th. That's when her graduation day is, so good luck to her down there. We've had, obviously, some very high-profile crimes throughout the town last couple weeks, but we are coming to conclusions with almost all of them, so I'll have some good news for everything to update everybody. The officers have worked their tails off the last 2 weeks, and they've definitely earned it. But it's we're a lot of good solvability of crimes going on too. So I'll be able to update people after that. As Jason said, our victim advocate, we just got our first 3 applicants on Friday. Sorry. We're going to be starting our process of notifying the candidates, and then setting up interview times, and then we'll be doing our background checks on them. We are going to be incorporating one of the Monroe County Sheriff's victims advocate, used to work at the DA's office, to help us with the interview process so that we know exactly what we're looking for. Paula Penn has been working for Monroe County. She was here at the presentation with us. She's been doing it for over 30 years, so definitely want to make sure we get exactly who we need. And all 3 candidates so far that I've seen, the resumes look very promising. They're all previous or active crime advocates at other locations, so should be very good, very exciting for the department. Just writing our policies, procedures, and getting all that stuff in place for her or him. And the last thing, we're getting ready for our Cops for a Community Cupboard. It's going to be our 3rd annual event for that. It's going to be November 7th, 5 to 7. We'll be right here on the Town Hall campus, and we're going to be, obviously I put stuff out on social media, but we're going to be collecting food and clothing to be able to resupply the community cupboard for the upcoming holidays and colder months. So if anybody is looking for donations for Thanksgiving, please stop by, and we'll generously take those and bring them all over to that night. Bring your kids by. We'll have all the emergency vehicles. We'll have our canine unit. You can take pictures with everything. Climb all over the field, all over the vehicles. Take a picture with the dogs, and have a good night. So.
Thanks very much. I want to extend, I'm pretty sure everyone here, I know that you can give us an update later, but for the quick actions on Ridge Road, and also from last night for SIPS coffee, as well as the other emergency life-saving. So please extend our gratitude for great work and great training of our guys.
So in the clerk's office, tax season is winding down. Just so residents know, full payment plus 2% will collect here until October 31st. Full payment plus 5% will collect until November 18th. After that, all payments will need to go to Monroe County, or they will be re-levied onto the town and county taxes. I just wanted to mention regarding Summershire, they applied to have a block party, or they submitted a block party application to have the street blocked off for October 31st, the Halloween busiest street in Arundecoit. It was approved, so just so the residents are aware, Summershire will be blocked off October 31st, so the children and participants can be safe on that road. And then hunting season, we've been busy with hunting. Doe tags will be reopened November 1st.
Chief, do we have a plan for the adjacent streets on Summershire?
This came through as a block party. So obviously just, it's gonna be open to emergency vehicles, for the adjacent neighborhoods. Quite frankly, we're gonna be, throughout the whole town. We're gonna have extra officers working that night, so, as far as, any other type of parking and all that stuff, we won't be doing any enforcement unless it impedes, emergency vehicles. But this came through as, like I said, a block party. What we have to look at it too is, in the future, if this happens and every other street in the town wants to try and do the same thing, I don't think it's gonna be feasible. This is something I think might be of a greater discussion, but it's, it came through as just a block party, starting early, ending early. So I just don't want to give the impression that there's any type of special preference given to this street, because it still needs to be open for residents. And quite frankly, I don't think we can keep non-residents off the street. It's a free street.
Yes, so if any non-residents are watching, it would probably be smart to park like at the high school or the large parking areas and walk to the area, then walk away. I think it'd be safer. Would you agree with that, or?
Yeah, obviously Cooper Road's, well lit, well traveled. It'd be safe for people, and there's obviously well lit crosswalks and everything. So it would be better than obviously trying to park on St. Paul Street or anything else. But just make sure you're not blocking fire hydrants and driveways, and if that happens, we will be giving tickets.
Thanks very much, Chief. Appreciate it.
No, the neighborhood, I'm sorry, I know the neighborhood has been pulsing out, the organizers have been pulsing out where to park, what to do. I mean, this is really, my understanding, the intention is to make the streets safe, not necessarily let's have a big party. As a former resident of Summershire and someone who has seen that grow and grow and grow, for years I have been worried about traffic on that street. So I really think that's the intention, is to keep our kids safe as they come, because we know all of Arundecoit comes to Summershire.
Well, I guess the only thing that concerned me was I saw a couple posts where people are going to put dash passes on there saying you're a resident, and if you're not a resident, you're not going to be allowed on the street. So I don't think
Yeah.
you can't do that.
Yeah.
So if I could, Chief, correct me if I'm wrong, is this the first time they've applied for this type of permit for us? Because we know what's going on, to Ann's comment about what happens there at Halloween.
Yeah.
But I understand this is the first time they've applied for a permit for this, I guess?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, under basically a block party permit.
Yes,
Okay.
this is the first time, and
Okay.
the gentleman that's organizing it came into the town hall, wanted to make sure he had all his ducks in a row. He's had meetings as far as talking to the residents, informing all the residents of that street.
Perfect.
And Summershire, it's been going on for
100
years.
Since I was a
So
kid.
it's obviously our officers are like, yep, it's the annual
Yeah.
Summershire.
Yeah.
So they're well aware of it, and there'll be a high visibility out there.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We've been working on our community development block grant year-end. Our year-end report is available on the website or at Town Hall for review. We are taking comments on that through October 27th. Our big project this time of year has been the budget. So we've been working through the budget. We do have a tentative budget to present tonight to the board, and we do have our Budget workshops scheduled for this Wednesday, October 15th at 5 o'clock, and Thursday, October 16th at 4 o'clock.
Mr. Attorney?
So I still have a long list of things that, as I check things off, new things get added. The big thing that I've been working on of late and will continue to work on with the town clerk is the Freedom of Information law. So, as you probably are aware, the town receives a number of FOIL requests, and it sometimes is a challenge to coordinate between the clerk's office and the various department heads. The town does have a FOIL policy, if you will, in the form of a code provision. I believe it's chapter 175 that outlines kind of a lot of what is required to happen when you get a FOIL request. But I think that it would be prudent to also have a actual policy to fill in some of those gaps. I've got a draft. I'm going to be working with the Madam Clerk as we, try to fill in the gaps and try to streamline the process so that when a FOIL request comes in, we all know how we need to respond. And that's, that's our big project at the moment.
Thank you. I want to apologize, Madam Councilwoman, for the liaison report.
Oh, that's no problem. I just figured I was last. That's no problem. So the library, they've been very busy, as Aaron had said, very busy on updating the children's library, and they are doing some fundraising. And if you haven't received a request for some donations, let me know, and I can get that out to you. Recently, the library held a clothing swap and a vendor craft fair. Both were very well attended. They've been talking a lot about not only their budget, but also, and I think I mentioned this last month, very much about what the library means to the community, and how they can reach out and be more responsive to community members. So that's something that's an ongoing discussion, but it's been very rich and very meaningful, and it's been a real pleasure to be involved in that. Recently, on October 3rd, Monroe County Executive Bello reached out and congratulated the Rochester Accessible Adventures for 10 years of their work in our community, and they held the event at our library. And the reason they held it at the library is because of the partnership between Rochester Accessible Adventures and the library. And the library had reached out wanting to be responsive to our community, how they displayed items and what books they could might purchase to make sure that there's accessibility and more of an understanding of how to be responsive to everyone and to be inclusive. So Mr. Malone and I were very happy to attend that celebration. It was really exciting. And I plan on connecting Rochester Accessible Adventures with our DPW department as we talk about the backyard program, because I think that's a great partnership for us to have. And lastly, as we've talked about, this is an aside from the library. As we've talked about becoming an age-friendly, livable community, the Monroe County Aging Alliance partners with Nazareth University, and their students are working on a project, and they did this last year where they met with community members and talked about their hopes and their wishes for communities and how communities can be responsive, so that community members can stay their whole life within the town that they love. There's a new cohort of students, and they are going to be meeting with Arundecoit residents, and I will be pulsing this out on our town Facebook page. But there will be 2 offerings next week where older adults in our community can meet with the students to talk, answer some questions. It's kind of like a little task force. On October 21st, from 9:30 to 10:30 in the morning. That task force will be held at the rec center. And then on October 22nd, from 6:30 to 7:30, it will be held at the library. So I'm hoping that community members will come and talk about your hopes and wishes for a town. The students will be compiling that data, and we will be receiving a report at the end of that. So I'm very happy that we are going to be partnering with the students. It's a great project for them, as they are all working in different human services field, social work, gerontology, psychology. So it's really great to be able to hold these events here and help the students help us. Thank you.
Thank you. Madam Controller, we have a financial report.
The financial results as of September 30th. 75% of the year has elapsed, and the town's total expenses of $31,940,000 are lower than budget at 72.9%. Actual expenses are $29,406,000, and encumbrances are $2,534,000. Typically, encumbrances are sizable as departments are committing to services, supplies, and commodities for the remainder of the year. The general fund total expenses of $20,300,000 are below budget at 72.1%. The actual expenditures total $19,107,000, and encumbrances are $1,282,000. Encumbrances include town-wide street lighting, legal fees, EMS services, and other contracted expenses throughout the town. Overall, the total expenses of the highway funds are $5,772,000, or 95.2% of budget. Actual expenditures are $4,875,000, and encumbrances remain of $897,000. The overage can be attributed to additional CHIPS paving work, which will be reimbursed. The library expenditures are lower than budget at 66.6%, a year-to-date total of $2,961,000. Expenses on the sewer fund of $2,389,000 are below budget at 56.8%. Actual expenditures are $2,070,000, and encumbrances are $319,000. Stormwater drainage expenses are approximately 39% of budget for a total of $389,000. The general fund has received 78.7% of budgeted revenue at $21,682,000. Real estate tax of $13,011,000 has been collected. 114.8% of payment in lieu of tax revenue of $326,000 is in. The town has recorded 5 months of sales tax revenue in the amount of $2,904,000. Aid and incentive to municipality revenue of $613,000 was received in September. Recreation has received 93.9% of its budgeted revenue as of September 30th. Regarding the entire town, $34,947,000, or 81.9% of revenue and appropriated fund balance has been received to date. Approximately $19,366,000 is from real estate tax. At month end, the library has confirmed revenue of $2,889,000, or 99.2% of budget. 79.8%, or $4,771,000 of revenue has been received by the highway funds. 96.9% of the sewer fund revenue, or $3,830,000, has been received. Stormwater drainage has verified 99% of its budgeted revenue at $973,000. Page 3 of the financial report presents the third quarter year-to-date summary in comparison to the prior 6 years. Regarding expenditures by fund, which are shown on the top third of the page, the overall 72.9% of total budget spent and encumbered is slightly higher than the prior 5 years, but still comparable. The middle third of the page contains the revenue of the general fund. The bottom third of the page allows for revenue comparison of all other funds. The last line reflects the bottom line collective revenue and appropriated fund balance for the town. The 2025 general fund revenue reflects 78.7% of budget received to date, on par with the prior 2 years. The revenue and appropriated fund balance for the town as a whole is 81.9%, which is similar to the prior 5 years. Minor revenue variations are common due to timing of receipts and/or budget changes year over year. This concludes the financial report for September.
Thank you. Any questions, comments concerning the financial report? Seeing none. Madam Clerk, we have a couple minutes to review.
So the minutes for the September meeting, are in your packet. Let me know if there's any revisions or corrections, and they'll be voted on at the regular town board meeting.
There are several items to review for our regular town board meeting. Madam Clerk, will you read the first one?
Item number 1, resolution authorizing the permanent appointment of an office clerk 4.
You have an explanation?
Thank you. So Melissa Rhodes was appointed provisionally, I believe, back in December of 2024. She has since taken the exam, scored very well, and she's reachable. At the recommendation of Latasha, we'd like to appoint her permanently.
Congratulations, Melissa. Any questions or comments?
I would just like to add that she has been a tremendous asset to the clerk's office, makes my job a lot easier.
I appreciate she's always happy and got some good comments from residents that she's helped. So, great, I agree with that. Next item, please.
Resolution authorizing an intermunicipal agreement with the Arundecoit Fire District.
May I have an explanation?
I think it's working. Yes, this would enter the town into an intermunicipal agreement with the Arundecoit Fire District to park their Marine Fire Rescue Unit in the Brockway Garage for the winter.
Do we have enough space with the new dog section going in there?
Public Works was consulted prior to coming to this agreement, and we have more than enough space, is what I was told.
Great, thank you. Any questions or comments?
Yes, Mr. Supervisor, I just want to note for the record that I recuse myself on that matter because I represent both the town and the fire district.
Okay, so it would just be the board that will review the,
Yes, the parties negotiated the economic terms on their own, and to the extent that I was involved at all was more as in the nature of a scrivener, if you will, to kind of just look at the form of the document. But both parties understood that I could not represent either in the transaction.
okay, does any of the board members have a problem just doing it on our own? Okay, thank you. Any other questions or comments? Thank you very much for that. Next item, please.
Resolution authorizing calling for a public hearing concerning the 2026 preliminary budget.
May I have an explanation?
And we are required to have a public hearing regarding the 2026 budget. This would call for the hearing to be held on Thursday, November 6th at 7:35.
Any questions or comments? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, next item.
Resolution authorizing the use of fund balance for cemetery building roofs.
May I have an explanation?
Would authorize the use of up to $100,000 in fund balance to replace the roof at the cemetery on both the mausoleum and also on the, what I think they use as the office over at the cemetery. Both roofs are leaking and in danger of failing, so we feel this would be a good investment of fund balance.
Any questions or comments? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, next item.
Resolution authorizing the use of fund balance for cemetery mower.
May I have an explanation?
Up up to $20,000 to replace a riding mower over at the cemetery. Their mowers are quite old. We did just replace one a few months back. This would replace the second one there, which is leaking fluids and having some other issues.
Any questions or comments? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, next item.
Resolution approving the 2026 preliminary budget.
May I have an explanation?
Annual resolution. The second stage of the budget is a preliminary budget, which will require board action to approve to pass. I do have this on the agenda for next week's meeting. However, I believe that we may have to have a special board meeting for this. And I think the schedule that I sent out to the board today recommends having this meeting on October 23rd.
When are we gonna have the budget? Do you have it ready, or is it coming?
I do have the tentative
Okay,
budget.
okay.
Any other questions or comments? Madam Clerk, next item.
Resolution authorizing an agreement with LaBella Associates DPC for town hall resident renovation and hazardous materials design service.
May I have an explanation?
Oh, go ahead, go ahead. No, go ahead. I could speak on this. I think we need the Labella to, do this. We are going to, look at renovating the bathrooms up here. Those jobs were awarded, they were bid and awarded 2 years ago, so now we need Labella and, Krista to get together and start the process basically all over again to see what kind, they're gonna do a budget, see what we have in our, ARPA funds to, we may have to scale back the project. We won't know until we have, do the budgeting. But so we'll get the construction manager and LaBella together and we'll start the process all over again and, see where we are when the budgets come in, and we'll see what kind of monies we got, whether we gotta scale back or we can do the budget, we can do the job that was initially, bid and awarded. So it's over 2 years ago, so we'll have to see how it all plays out.
Any other questions or comments? Madam Clerk, next item.
Resolution adopting the ratification of the CSEA supervisory tentative agreement.
Explanation?
Thank you. So I did send out this resolution ahead of time, and I did not include the attachment, but I believe you all received that from Linda by email, the tentative agreement, that is. This is a very simple agreement. The union didn't ask for much. There's a 2.5% raise in there for each year for 4 years. The other terms are substantially the same. They're going to go to the high deductible health plan like non-represented employees. And I'd just like to thank the group. They were really easy to work with. It's a small group, so half the members are at the table negotiating, which it's real easy for them to bring back to their side and get approval.
Thank you. Any other questions or comments?
Thank you for your work on this as well.
Madam Clerk, next item.
Resolution declaring surplus items and authorizing the auction or destruction of said item.
May I have an explanation?
There we go. I think that's mine. Looking to surplus, it's gonna be a 2013 patrol vehicle. It's got about almost 160,000 miles on it, and the cost of repairs far exceeds the cost of the vehicle.
Any questions or comments? Madam Clerk, next item.
Resolution authorizing reimbursement to the Village of Warsaw per General Municipal Law 72C.
May I have an explanation, Chief?
Yes, sir. This is for hiring one of our Officer Hulme. We hired him last year, last April. Since then, we've been going back and forth, and according to municipal law, the original hiring municipality is able to charge back for up to 3 years, reimburse for cost of putting somebody through academy, for training, for ammunition, and everything else. It's actually smarter for us to do a lateral because we don't incur all the employment and benefit costs as we would if we hire a new person. So when they sent out this, it worked in conjunction with our attorney to make sure that all of our formulas and prices were correct. and that was the number. They first came back, their police chief had never gone through it before. I thought they were a little high, and then we actually got the lawyers involved, and we actually had some accurate computations made for accurate reimbursement, so.
Thanks very much. And that was a good hire also, so appreciate it. Any questions or comments? Madam Clerk, next item.
Resolution authorizing the supervisor to enter into a contract for generator maintenance and repair services at various town facilities.
May I have an explanation?
Yes, this resolution would award the preventative maintenance at the town-wide generators throughout pump stations and other facilities to Stark, who has had the contract in the past. We did 4 RFP interviews, and the group unanimously wanted to stay with Stark.
Any questions or comments?
Thank you for that process, and thank you for the invitation to be included.
Madam Clerk, next item.
Resolution authorizing lighting conversion to LED lights.
Have an explanation?
Yeah, this resolution would authorize, this is a rebate program offered through Franklin Energy, but it's via RG&E. So it's a rebate program for converting the lights in the town hall to LED. So we would incur the project and then submit for the rebate. So I included the spreadsheet that kind of itemized, but it's basically if the investment would pay off in about 3 years in energy savings. It would be here just at the town hall that we were looking at. The caveat is that we have worked with our in-house electrician, Kaplan Schmidt, that they can get this done by December, which says when this rebate program is over.
And remind me, we originally had a grant for this. That grant was withdrawn.
We were considering we did have CDBG funds that were energy driven that we did not receive.
Thank you. Any other questions or comments? Next item, please.
Resolution authorizing the capital improvement program for the town of Arundecoit for 2025 through 2030.
Have an explanation?
Yeah, this is the proposed CIP plan. I apologize, the original that was attached wasn't correct, but I fixed it this afternoon. I don't know if you're looking on your computers, but the highlights for 2026 are every other year we do general sidewalk improvements throughout town. One of the different projects that we're looking to do is to improve Colebrook Drive in front of the school. So what we would like to do is repair the sewers, which are deep in that section, and then rebuild the road and install better curbing and accessibility being in front of the school. We feel like getting some curbing and some reinforced soil on the backside would, make it a little safer and better for the kiddos getting picked up and drop off. Other in here is also trucks and heavy equipment, and also we are done rebuilding our pump stations in totality, but so we lowered the pump station upgrades. But what we would like to do is to continue to go in and get our panel boxes and force mains and other like floats and sensors up to continue to upgrade them so that they're all the same and that they're working properly, and that they also report generally to our same, notification system. Our 28 pump stations throughout town notify a common, software, and we would just like to continue down that path with these upgrades to the panel boxes. And same drainage improvements. We also continue, we do similar things with sanitary and sewers. We want to go in and do maintenance and lining and address problem areas with, either full-fledged repairs or lining or other upgrades. For For the equipment replacement, we did include a breakdown of the equipment we would be looking to buy.
Thank you. Any questions or comments?
I am working with bond counsel. If the CIP should pass next week, I should have resolutions for the bonding of these projects.
Thank you. Madam Clerk?
Resolution approving revised fee schedule for the Arundecoit Cemetery.
Explanation, please.
Yeah, this is an annual revisit. We look at the revenue and fee schedule related to the Arundecoit Cemetery on Culver Road. Each year we pay attention to our neighbors. We kind of look at and talk to other cemeteries and how they operate and how they see their fees changing. So there's not a huge change here. We're kind of ground truthing some of the inflation that we've seen within plaques and other materials that we, consumer goods that we have to buy and services that we provide on site when it's time to handle the families and the situations however we need to.
Any questions or comments? Madam Clerk?
We did have a walk-in resolution declaring certain equipment surplus property.
May I have an explanation?
Yep, this is just a surplus resolution for equipment that its replacements have come. So now that we are in ownership of the replacements, then we would look to surplus the older equipment so we can get that on our online municipal auction.
Thank you. Madam Clerk?
Resolution approving a special event license for the Run Like Hell 5K run.
May I have an explanation?
So this is their annual event to be held on Saturday, October 25th. We do have all approvals, so hopefully next week we can get the application approved.
Any questions or comments? Seeing none. Madam Clerk, we have one item for board action.
Yes, item number 1, resolution authorizing amendment to capital lease financing agreement with M&T Bank for equipment for the Bureau of Public Works.
May I have a motion?
I'll move it.
May I have a second?
Second.
May I have an explanation?
This resolution is an amendment to the lease agreement that was approved by the board last month. When the attorney reviewed the contract, there were some questions. We worked with the bank and reworked the terms, and that renegotiation will save the town about $20,000 over the life of the lease.
Any questions or comments? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? The resolution is adopted. We have two items that the town board wants to discuss along with the staff. The first one is a town-wide refuse district. Who wants to take it?
So these open discussions were brought on by Mr. Weiner, who's not here today, so I don't know if we wanted to discuss with him not being here.
We can discuss it and rediscuss it later, whatever the town board feels. If you want to postpone it, we can postpone them.
Well, I think in concept, I think maybe we can speak to it. I know that with the issues that have been going on with waste management and Casella, and bringing in, after the first of the year, it'll be 3 more waste haulers. I know that Mr. Weiner is looking at the possibility of setting up a townwide refuse district with, and also discuss leaf pickup. He's talked about, and I don't want to put words in his mouth, but he's talked about spending quite a bit of time discussing it, researching it, talking with staff, and then also having lots of input from town residents. with the potential of putting this up for a referendum next fall. So his idea would be for this to be well-researched, well-thought-out, well-discussed, and with lots of input from the community, and certainly with a vote by the community as well.
Anyone else?
Well, I agree with that as well, too. I think we need the input from people, but we have to, we'll wind up, talking about with the DPW, all the department heads that are involved in this stuff. But yeah, the garbage, did come up this year. We were kind of, surprised on what happened, anybody that was involved in that. But I think, yeah, we'll get enough information to folks. We'll make sure that they, have enough information, and then we'll start talking about it and have a good discussion over it. But these are topics people have been talking about for a long time, and, let's see if we can move forward and bring something to folks, and, they'll make a decision on if they want to do it or they don't want to do it. But the garbage thing came up with us this year, and, was, kudos to Aaron and
Yeah.
the staff over there as well, too. We worked on some things. We talked to some folks not too long ago, and, right now, it's quiet right now, so.
Yeah.
The
And you did
people
a lot
took
of work
over.
as far as that went, too, John, thank you.
Yeah,
Um,
and then they dropped the harder areas to get to, of course, and we did find some garbage collection companies that picked up that slack, which was really, really good. They did those folks a big favor, so, that was good that it went that way so far. No news is good news as far as I'm concerned.
So I don't think, and to your point, John, these are not new discussions. These are not new ideas. Anyone who's lived in this town for a long time, leaf pickup was put up for a referendum probably 15-ish years ago. But as we talk to residents, they are, these are things that they're concerned about. And certainly we're concerned about 5 waste haulers driving around town each and every day, and the toll that takes on our roads as well. Again, this is just in concept. Nothing has been decided. The town board cannot make this decision unilaterally, but it is something that is of concern, and that we're hearing from community members.
Mr. Grant?
And if I could, I think that, after what we went through this late summer and fall, the DPW, this is well overdue. I'm glad we're having this conversation. We'll do our due diligence on our side and the town side, what's good for our town. And to Ann's point, and John's also, this has been a topic of conversation for many, many years. So this is overdue. I think we should take a deep dive into this and look at the pros and cons and the cost and move forward for our town.
Anyone else? The next topic is townwide leaf pickup.
Well, I think that was all a part of the same
Oh, part,
conversation.
okay.
Yeah.
All right, any other topics you want to discuss? Staff, anything you want to bring up for the town board? Okay, seeing none. Everyone satisfied? All right, good discussion tonight. The next town board meeting is October 21st at 2025, at 7 p.m. Madam Controller will be sending out the schedule for the budget hearings and meetings. We get a lot of comments about the budget, and often they're talking about the school budget or the fire district. So I encourage all the residents who are concerned about financial stewardship to come to those hearings when they're here. So the next town board meeting is October 21st, 2025, pending the budget schedule. This concludes our workshop meeting for October 13th, 2025. May I have a motion to adjourn?
Move it.
May I have a second? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? The meeting is adjourned.